Hello everyone, welcome to Rawlesims. It's me, Rawles, and this is Minecraft Agrarian Skies. Yay, there's the sky. It's cool. So yeah, here's my Agrarian Skies world. It's changed quite a bit. It's not very attractive, but it's changed. There's been progress made. Basically what happened was, I became really tired of constantly running out of space to do things, because I was experimenting with all the different, mod packs and things you can build, and I got tired of running out of space, and I also got tired of when I was, sort of digging down to place things to the ground, opening up, and the massive abyss being beneath me. So, I just kind of got really sick and tired of it, and I just spent, like, a couple of hours doing nothing but basically raising everything in my path and then laying out this giant rectangle of a 3-block deep cobblestone and then putting fences around it, which I later started turning into walls. Yeah, just because so I have space to work, and now I have space to work and everything's awesome. And right here I'm standing on top of my chunk loader, which makes sure that this whole giant space is all loaded all the time, so that stuff keeps happening while I'm not standing right in front of it. So yeah, that was an awesome discovery. Let me just float on down. Yes, I have a jetpack. It's awesome. Let me just come on down here. So let's just start at this end. You see I've put roads in everywhere, and they cut off right here. I was thinking about building something right here. I don't know what, but I'm probably gonna rethink the entire thing. So I won't necessarily be building right here, but yeah. So this is my mob spawner. Yay! I have little platforms up there because I died. I had a whole big drama where I died in the nether, and I tried to respawn, and I got the glitch where you just keep falling through the world, and so I was very upset. And shout out to Simon Parsons, because he was cool about me whining at him about it on in the comments for his Agrarian Skies videos. But worked it out. Managed to turn on creative mode and fly, and so I didn't die from falling through nothing. And then I had to figure out the coordinates where you originally spawned Agrarian Skies and fly back here. But I did it, and I didn't lose my stuff. But I did lose all of my Tinker's Construct weapons and things, so I had to remake them. And so I was fighting stuff with my sword up there. So that's why those platforms are there. I could go up there and fight the monsters, but now I just let them drop down like you're supposed to. And see, I have stuff collecting all their little pretty little drops. And then this is where the zombie meat, whatever you call the stuff. For some reason I can't remember the actual name of it, but we're gonna go with zombie meat. Yeah, rotten flesh, that's what it is. But we're gonna go with zombie meat. So this is where the zombie meat goes, and they pump it into this jungle barrel, and then it pumps on out dirt into there. I could do more of this to be I could do like more of these to be more effective in dirt manufacturing, but can't be bothered. So I have a lot of dirt already. Point being, here are my animals. I used to have my animals way over that way, but I moved them over here because there was more space, and they could all have their nice spacious pens. There's my pigs. There's my chickens. I had some problems with my chickens. I really need to put something below them to catch all of these eggs. But of course I have 1 billion eggs, so I don't really care. But I had some problems with my chickens because this area, like this space is, I believe this is like it's a jungle biome. So this used to all be grass blocks, but when that happened, it kept spawning the jungle cats, the names of which I cannot recall at this moment. Why can't I get this egg? What's up with that? Okay, fine. Stand there and taunt me then. But anyway, it kept spawning the jungle cats, and I can't remember the name of it. Are they pumas? Are they jaguars? I don't know. But whatever the cats are that spawn in Minecraft, they kept spawning, and they kill chickens. So I had to get rid of those. And so I had to replace the grass with green stained clay covers, so that they would stop killing all of my animals. Or at least stop killing my chickens. Where'd my cow go? Oh, there we go. Over here in the corner. Cows. I really should breed them in case something does happen to one of them. I had a bunch of cows. Killed them. Here are my horses, which are entirely these are entirely for looks. frankly, because I can't ride them because I don't have a saddle. And really, where would I ride them to? But I like horses. They look good, so I bred them in there. But yeah, and here are my farms. This is my little farming setup. Growing some lettuce, some barley, which is just like wheat, so there's no reason to grow it, but I did it anyway. We got some asparagus happening here, some garlic. I think these are blueberries, yup, and some onions. At some point, I'll probably build tons of more of these little farming units. So basically the way that I worked out my perfect design for these, which is basically a fertilizer. It doesn't have anything in it because you have to make the fertilizer and it uses it very quickly. But a fertilizer, a harvester down there is a planter, and I run stuff under there. Each one has its own TNT generator with a sound muffler. Thank God, because those are annoying. And yeah, so basically it harvests everything into here. If it's something, because a lot of these Pam's Harvest Craft crops, they don't need to be replanted. Basically, they'll still be planted after they're harvested. So for those, it doesn't need this bottom tube. But for stuff that has seeds when you harvest it, along with actual produce, the seeds go down there and pump back into the planter, and the produce comes up here into this barrel. The reason there are 2 barrels is because I also use these to farm trees. And when you farm oak trees, another byproduct is apples. And so I did an extra barrel for the apples. And then that was the oak logs. Don't really need to have extra barrels in the rest of these, but I built it that way. And then I never felt like moving the barrels. I should probably do that. But yeah, so those are my little farms. And this is where I keep my seeds. I feel really bad about this box. This is like miscellaneous stuff. Because, okay, I mentioned that I started playing Agrarian Skies because of Simon Parsons over in his channel, which will be linked in the description down below. I just pointed down as if you can see me, but you can't. And I feel really bad because in he is having so much trouble finding flowers. And I have a ton of flowers here. All the different kind of flowers you need for, like, beekeeping and stuff. And I can't give them to him. There's no way for me to do that. But I have them, and these are my Harvest Craft seeds. I rotate those out in little farms. Here's my million trees. All kinds of trees. This is my tree farm. I don't really do much with this. I just have a fruit picker here, picking the fruit. And so we got some coconuts, some cinnamon, some limes, mangoes, nutmeg. You know, good stuff, good stuff. And here are my ender lilies. Yes, my beloved ender lilies. These they grow on end stone. That's what they're on right there. And they grow ender pearls, which means that you don't have to keep going through the trouble of spawning endermen to kill them for ender pearls, because for a lot of the high level, pretty much all the high level machinery, you start needing quote unquote enderium, and it's a kind of like metal alloy that you make. One of the main things in it is like melted ender pearls. So yeah, I have those 2 things for that purpose. And this is my pride and joy. This is my ME port. My ME system. So it's my ME hub here. And this is digital storage. And so you can see all of my crap is in here. All of my crap. All of it. I have 77,000 cobble. No reason. Just do. Figure I'll need it someday. I also have 8,000 arrows, which I will never need, but I have them because of the mob spawner, my mob grinder. Skeletons drop the arrows. So yeah, this is digital storage, and it's awesome. And the way that it works is it stores stuff on these little storage discs, and each one can hold 63 different types of things. But you don't want it to hold 63 different types of things, because then you'll be using less space, less storage, because the way that it works is that each type of thing, it can hold as much, like the bytes, the way that it works is that the bytes is the overall space, and then the types of thing is just like a categorization. So if you have 63 types of things, it will only take one stack of those 63 types of things, which is a waste of space, basically. Actually, I don't know if it only take one stack, but once you have 63 types of things in there, if you have you have like 63 things, and then 60 of them are just a stack of like 10 things, and then you want to put more stuff in there, but you can't because you are using up all the different types. It's weird, but basically, the fewer types of things you have on any one of these, the more efficiently you are using the space. So, like over here, because if you just put them in here, it will just put whatever on them. It doesn't care. Like, the system will just kind of distribute all of your stuff between them however it wants. But what you can do is you can use this thing called a partition editor, and you can specify, you can specify what you want to go on any given little storage disk. Then you can put it in this port here, and then you can transfer all the stuff that fits the description onto it or off of it and that sort of thing. And so I have all these 16K ones that have specific things that go on them. So I have one for ingots. This has all my ingots on it. It's like if I put it in the partition editor, you can see all the different types of ingots that I've specified go in here, and nothing else can go on that. So that's just all my ingots. So it's only 18 types of things on there, yet it's using more than a quarter of the space on there, which is 16K, whereas this has 36 things on there, but is only using about half of the space of the 1K storage thing. So yeah, this is much more efficient. And this one is for ore byproducts, because I process so much ore that I have a gajillion different ore byproducts all the time. So of course, this takes all of those. And I put them on there. And here, mob drops, the base game crops, which I had a ton of for whatever reason. Here's my 77,000 cobble. And this is just like wood and some miscellaneous stuff. I have to make more, and I also have to eventually partition these little 1K ones, but I haven't felt like it. Laziness, basically. But yeah, and all these little chests are here. I don't need this many chests, but I had them, so I just set them up anyway. These are also all plugged into the ME system. You can't see it, but yeah, see down here, these are all hooked onto storage buses and then run back into my ME network with ME cables, and that means that this console can also access stuff that's inside those boxes. That's inside those chests. I said boxes. So I put stuff in these that I want to keep all the different types of stuff like at hand. For instance, because this is, you can search, but like it's not going to sort things by types of thing unless the types of thing all have the same, like it's easy to find all my ingots because they have ingot in the name. But for other types of things, it's not as easy. Like, for instance, I put all my fruits and food in here just because I can't just type food. It won't bring up all my food. And I think I keep, my magic stuff is in here. And, I just keep a couple of different things in some of these. But some of them are empty. And the system will actually place things in here if it doesn't have space on the different cards. But, yeah, I have to sort of redo this a little bit because it's not being as efficient as it could be. But it's pretty great still. Here is my blood altar. Yep, it's a tier 2 blood altar at this time. And I have it set up ready to be a tier 3 one because I have to replace all of this ring of dirt. 20 pieces of dirt that are ringed around here. I have to replace all of them with runes, and then it'll be tier 3 if I'm understanding how this works correctly. And, are these ready? Oh, ow! Those are dangerous. You can't get too close to them once they get to a certain point. But, yeah. My furnaces, my trash can. Here's my sink! That's just a water source. Literally nothing else. So, this is my ore processing area. So, this one is straight up ore processing. Cobble goes in there, pulverized into, what do you call it? Gravel. Then the gravel goes through the sieve. And then after the gravel goes through the sieve, it makes, obviously, broken ore. Obviously, when you sieve gravel, broken ore isn't the only thing you get. But I have my little stuff set up here so that only broken ore goes into that one. And then all the byproducts go into this one. So I have endless amounts of coal and diamonds and emeralds and flint Oh my god, so much flint. You always notice what you have when you have a whole bunch of something that has very specific limited use. Because you'll have a billion of it and you'll never be able to use it. That's how I am with flint. I have so much flint. And we have lapis, amber, quicksilver drops, which is going to be really useful when I actually get into magic. Because you need quicksilver, I know, for Thaumcraft, because that's where they come from. And apatite, this is used to make fertilizer. So yeah, all that goes in there. I clear that out every once in a while. I haven't cleared it out in a while. And then this packager takes the broken ore and makes it into ore gravel, which goes into this autonomous activator, which places it so that this autonomous activator can break it with the hammers that are inside of it, which then makes crushed ore, which goes through this packager and goes through here, and that makes ore sand, which goes through here into this new autonomous activator, which then places it to be hit by, oh, I'm out of hammers in this, so I gotta put some more hammers in there. But it gets hit by the hammers in there, and then that makes pulverized ore, and my hammers broke, so I have a bunch of ore sand in here that didn't get broken down properly. I have to put some more hammers in there. And then this packages them, and then it makes ore dust, which I take and put into my smeltery, which is over here. This is my smeltery. I love my smeltery. I've had this for a long time. I had this the last time that I made one of these videos. So yeah, it still works the same. It's taller now. It's 15 levels tall. It used to be much taller. I think I had up to like 20 something levels. But I discovered that after, there's no point in making it taller than 15 levels for me anyway. Because I discovered that after 2 stacks of stuff, it glitched out. Like, it glitched out whenever I tried to put more than 2 stacks of stuff in it at a time. So I just took it down to 15 levels, which allows 2 stacks of stuff with like 5 spaces left over. Yeah, got it covered with basins. Lots of basins. And this over this way is my high oven, which works exactly the same as that, except a little bit different because you have to have like a purifier, and basically you have to have 3 other little things in here, and plus the kind of like ingots that you're melting down, and that'll make a new kind of more purified alloy. I use this to make steel, and you have to burn charcoal in it. It has to get to a certain heat, and so actually you need to turn this on and just let it heat up for a while is the quickest way to do it. But I only use this to make steel. I've literally never used it for anything else but to make steel. You can make other stuff, but I've only used it to make steel. And here is my energetic confuser. This is to charge my my backpack. This is an induction smelter, which I was using to do something. What was I don't remember what I was doing with it. But yeah, I just keep this energy cell. It's convenient portable energy to charge miscellaneous machines that I don't have permanently set up. And here's my friggin' nether portal, which has 1 obsidian missing because I hate the nether in this game, and stuff was coming through the portal. Or at least I was scared stuff was going to come through the portal because something did once. So I always take that out because that's the only way to deactivate it. After you have lit it. I have been into the nether. It was not fun. As you recall earlier, I mentioned that I died there, and it wasn't fun. And I had a whole big traumatic thing where I thought I was going to lose my game, but I didn't. So yeah, that's about it. This is a little pool of water. I was growing sugarcane because I needed some for paper. And yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot over here. I lied! It's not the end! This is my whole little power grid thing. Basically, I have all these lava generators, and I have a giant tank of lava here. I have crucibles back here, being fed cobblestone from an igneous extruder, and it's melting down. That's a nether rack that's on fire under there because that melts the fastest. It's going into this giant tank. This tank actually runs under the ground too. Because these are the open block tanks. I love them because you can make them in any shape as long as they're touching each other. They will make one big tank that is that shape. So those are awesome. I love them. That's why I have them there, and they're pumping lava into the lava generators. They're not the best generator because they don't have the highest power output. I think the highest power output is like the heated redstone one. I was using one of those for a while, but it used up so much redstone that I was like, I could be using it for something else. And so I started using these lava generators, which have a decent power level. And they only need lava, which I have an infinite supply of. So yeah, this one is powering my network. This runs, I have cables, lead stone energy conduits running all the way under there. This one over here powers that ore processing setup. And this one right here powers this setup, which this is literally nothing but my redstone maker. I was always running out of redstone because, of course, unlike vanilla Minecraft, where you can just go mine redstone and it's pretty easy, you can't do that in Agrarian Skies. So I have a setup here where I have an igneous extruder creating cobblestone, which goes into this chest, which takes us into this pulverizer, which of course pulverizes it into gravel, which then goes into this pulverizer, which pulverizes it into sand, which goes into this pulverizer, which pulverizes into dust, which then goes through here into these autonomous activators, which will then sieve it, which is sieving dust. You can get redstone that way. Obviously, you don't only get redstone, so I have this set up. Oh god, I hate the click area for vacuum hoppers because they're so little, but they have like a huge, full, complete block click area, but you can never tell, whoops, whether you're clicking them or not. So yeah, I have this set, so all of my more pulverized ore goes in here, and I eventually put over to that box and let it get packaged. And then all the byproducts come in here, which includes, of course, redstone, and lots of bone meal, and lots of glow dust, and lots of Certus quartz dust. But the Certus quartz dust is also useful for making machinery, which is why I was always running out of redstone, because the machinery uses a ton of redstone. So yeah, I made this whole setup. Obviously, it produces much more than just redstone, but I really did make it just to make redstone. Oh, and yeah, this second little setup right there from this one that has the sand in it is because sometimes when you pulverize, sometimes when you pulverize, what do you call it? Whatchamajig? Sometimes when you pulverize gravel, it will make dust as a byproduct instead of just sand. So I wanted to pump the dust straight through there. But yeah, okay, now it's really the end. Really the end here. All my stuff. All my stuff. Oh yeah, and this is my little stupid, what do you call it? Sludge boiler from the sludge byproduct that happens from my farms. There's nothing in it now because I haven't boiled any sludge in a long time because it's supposed to have like a radius of poison. This is really annoying. So I don't mess with it that much. But yeah, that's my Agrarian Skies world. It's not that pretty because I need to actually make it something besides a giant platform. I think I'm probably gonna move my my altar. I have that there just because it's close to my ME network, so I can get all my stuff that I might need to craft stuff for it. But yeah, I'm probably gonna put my house over here on this little platform, or I might like actually move this platform back a bit and sort of like in that direction, and then I'll make myself like a castle and island. That would be pretty cool. I might just do that. Though then it would kind of be useless because the farther away I put it from stuff, that means I wouldn't really want to put my ME network in there because then I would have to like run the cables and everything farther just to get back. But you know, it's not like I have anything else to do. So I'll probably put my house over there somewhere. Who knows what'll go in it, but I'm gonna put it over there. And I have to make buildings for, you know, all of this machinery and my smelteries and stuff. Actually, I probably won't put that in a building. It's so tall. That would just be annoying. And I've also been really annoyed because I miscounted this by 1 square. So this chest is sitting on the little border, and it's been annoying me ever since I built it. It's just really irritating. And I can't remember if I showed you guys my bees, but here are my bees also. I have tons and tons of bees because I did a bunch of bee stuff. And also because I won I had a reward bag early in the game where I had 1 billion hives, and so I have just tons of bees. I need to make a whole big like area for them just to do bee stuff, which I haven't done yet, but it will eventually. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna make like a forest, and I will do something with my animals, make them a more impressive looking, like a ranch or something. I might move my mob drop because I will need mobs for the altar, or I might just move the altar closer to the mob drop or something. Who knows? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a like if you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And subscribe if you haven't already. Bye-bye.